Good morning, guys. This is Eric, the eBay picker. I was just going to go over what sold over the weekend. I did have some stuff I shipped out on Friday, but I'll put together the total numbers here at the end of the video for the weekend. But just wanted to share with you what sold for me this weekend. First item up is Joe Schmo 2. I picked this up from Ollie's. I don't know if you guys know what that is. That's a discount store. Basically, they buy out stores that are either liquidating or going out of business. So this thing was $2, 75% off, so 50 cents what I got into it. Sold it for $5.95 free ship. So medium mail, that'll go out at $2.80. So not a huge profit, just a flip is all it is. $1 to $1.50, $2 profit. This next thing going out is this Exxon truck. This thing is not super valuable. Went out for $9.80 plus shipping, and this thing was in a lot buy that I did. So I'm sure I probably have maybe $1 in that thing. I picked up a lot of trucks and stuff that day, and that was part of it. I actually was at like an estate sale, so I had a whole IKEA bag full and paid $40 for it, and I've more than made that on the other items I've sold so far. So at this point, really, that's all profit. The next item up came from an estate sale as well. This is a Symphonic 64070 or 6470. This is new in the box, so I picked that up, like I said, at another estate sale. I think in that estate sale I ended up paying, gosh, probably like $25 total, and that was part of it. I think they had originally marked 5 on that item, and that item sold for $60. That's $60 with free shipping. So it's probably going to cost me about maybe $10 to ship that thing out. A lot of times I use FedEx for that kind of stuff now that FedEx has reduced their price. So that's a nice little flip. And next item up is 12 Monkeys DVD. I don't normally list a lot of DVDs unless I get them for cheap, and then I will list them all, or sometimes put some in a lot. But these I had about maybe I bought 2 boxes of DVDs at a recent estate sale auction, and I think I ended up paying, gosh, maybe $3 or $4 for the whole box. And I've actually sold another one out of that box today that more than paid for this. This one went out for $3.80 free shipping, so it goes out at $2.80. So that just tells you I might have made 50-60 cents on that rig. But here's another item going out. I picked this up recently at a thrift store, and I think I paid $2 or $3 for this thing. But this is going out at $14.90. This Cuddy, it's the Cuddy Sark Clipper Ship. So that thing will be going out today. And I think I actually messed up on that one, because I'm pretty sure you guys be careful when you're listing things now, because if you list an item, sometimes it'll revert to whatever kind of shipping you charged on the previous item you listed. So I've had that happen a couple times. I thought for sure I'd added shipping to that thing, but apparently I didn't, or it reverted back to free shipping. So $14.90. We'll still make money at $14.90, but not what we would have. So be careful on that. It's just one of the things you learn. Here's the other item that came in that box of DVDs, and this is honestly some of the reasons I picked this thing up. This is called Tracks Ahead. It's actually produced by PBS. It's Milwaukee Public Television is what this came out of. But this actually documents, like, each DVD. I'll show you a little bit on the back. Each DVD, like each one of those series, has to do with a particular train. Like this one particular has the Greeley Freight Station Museum, Chi-Town Union Station. Like, they're all to do with trains and train stations. But man, these things are pretty cool if you're into trains. There's 8 series, and these sold for $39.99 plus shipping. So these will be going out today. So as you can see, that DVD lot that I bought for $3, even though this one was cheap, that one was a lot better. So you have to look when you're buying lots, looking for something the way I do it. And people can do it however they like. But the way I like to do things when I'm buying lots is I look for one item that's going to pay for the rest of the lot. So if I find one item in that lot, then I'm like, oh, that's something that should take care of the rest of the lot. Now, then everything else would be profit. So whatever else you find in there is definitely profit. That train set, these tracks ahead, these actually only had one sold comp for one series. And I think that sold comp was somewhere around $5 or $6. So I actually had the whole series 1 through 8. And like I said, put that up for $40 plus shipping. So didn't disappoint. It came out. I know trains is one of those things that there are people who are into everything about trains. So you need to... if you come across trains and they're at a decent deal, then there's probably profit to be made. So that's something to be on the lookout for. Next item up is this record vacuum. This is a retro thing for sure, as seen on TV, probably in the 80s. So, and even earlier than that, this thing's from 1979. So this is basically what it is it vacuums the dust off your records, and it has a little solution on the inside that you put on this rig, and then it'll vacuum the records. The guy sent me a note on this. He's actually a record collector, and I'm sure this is a display piece more than it is something he's going to actually use, because in his notes he said, please pack it well and safe. As a collector of older record items, such a box is very important. And if possible, to please put the bottle cleaner in a plastic bag, which I've already done that in case that it does leak. So that will be going out today for $16 plus shipping on that item. This item, and I'm trying to think where I got it from originally. I believe this came from Salvation Army. And usually their electronics are $2.99, so more than likely I paid $2.99 for that thing. So nice little flip on that. This item, just picked this up recently at we have our thrift stores here, that we have hotline thrift stores, and what those are is they provide care for women who are caught in an abusive situation or battered or abused women. They actually do shelter for them and kids. And so Hotline has, on the Outer Banks, they actually have, I believe it's 4 stores in total. So those are actually great stores to thrift. They do this thing called turnover. So what happens with turnover is they will close the store for a day and a half, and they'll basically redo the whole store, put in a lot of fresh inventory. Leading up to that, they'll run a sale for about a week at 75% off. So I've kind of profited both sides of that turnover. I went in there, I was in line to go into the one store at their turnover time, and that happens like they rotate it through all the stores. So like this month, they're doing one store every weekend. This weekend is actually a store that's a little closer to my house, which is awesome. But they had this item in there for $5 when they reopened. And this is a water pick. It's actually sealed in the box. Hasn't been opened yet. It does have a little tear on the box there, but this thing is sealed in the box. And the water pick sold for $38.95. So it actually sold probably within 30 minutes of me listing this item. So I said to myself, like always, did you underprice it? But honestly, a sale is a sale, and if you can get it going, that definitely is a great deal. The next item up I have is these Sperry's, these topsiders. Out where I live near the beach, topsiders are very popular. So you can actually find them in thrift stores a lot of times. I look for ones that are in a little bit better shape. As you can see, the inside of these are in great shape. The sole is in great shape. So I picked these things up, and I think I paid $3. One of our local thrifts, all shoes are always $3, unless they're super valuable or unless someone misses them. So I've had these for a little while. They're a smaller size, 8.5 men's. So they actually sold for $11.80 plus shipping. So did eventually flip them. I don't like to keep them too long, shoes. So I've reduced the price on that a little bit. I think I sent out an offer on that for $11.80. The next item up is another quick flip Instajack. I picked this up. This is new in the pack. They've cut the bottom of the pack to open it, but nothing was ever taken out. So I sold this thing new in the pack, and it sold for $47. Free shipping on that. And this item I picked up, same thing at a local thrift, and I believe they had $4 on this thing. So I snatched that one up pretty quick when I saw it. But that's a great little flip. Older electronic stuff, sometimes, it pays to look that stuff up. Anything new in the box, I look up all the time, because you never know what you'll come across. Kind of like the next item. It's not new in the box, but everything's there. This is definitely 80s, as you can tell from the hairstyle. This is the Energizer, and it's a massager is what it is. It actually has some attachments. You can use it for feet, legs, arms, back, the whole thing. I tried this thing out to make sure it was working, and it got to test it, right? And it's great. It works real good. Matter of fact, we have another massager that I picked up at a thrift a while back, so I've kept that one. And this one sold for $27.50 plus shipping, and shipping is a little higher on that thing. I think it's about 7-8 pounds. It's kind of heavy. So the buyer was all in for $47.33, and we picked that thing up for, I believe the most we would have paid was $5, but I honestly think it was less than that. I think it was about $3 or $4. So the next item we have is this Microsoft 07. This actually was a quick flip as well. I found this at a local thrift. They had it among the DVDs, and so I paid $1.50 for it and flipped it for $10.90. It actually sold same day. As soon as I listed it, it weren't too long before it was gone. That thing has the product key in it, that's the key. If it has the product key, then that's what people are looking for. And I've got a couple more items I've got to pull, and then I'll show you what they are. One item is, and I might have to pop that thing on the screen because it's kind of big to put in the camera, but a PS3 Rock Band drum kit with guitar. $125 is what that sold for. That's a free ship item. I did that just to be competitive with it, and it's not going too far, which is great for me. But that item I'd picked up for, they originally had it marked for $30, and I actually picked it up for $15, and it didn't take too long to sell. It sold within the week. Most of the time with those Rock Band, I've had good success. I know other guys talk about mixed reviews with those things, but the drum kits and the guitars, I tend to sell them pretty quick. The only ones that are a little slower, I have some for PS2 and the Red Octane, and those don't go quite as fast, but the PS3 one has a Stratocaster in it, a Fender, so that one tends to go a little quicker for sure. The one to look out for is the Aerosmith guitar. If you see those with the striping on it, it's kind of sideways, it's red and white striping. Those are actually really good. I think I sold one of those guitars for $75, and that had a little bit of a flaw on the paint. So look out for those if you see them. Let's see what else we got on there. I've got one item that sold that I actually had double listed. It's in my antique booth right now, and that's a Chevy flatbed with a Jeep on it, just a little die cast. If I get over there today, I'll add that to the video later on. And last thing I got going out is a Winfield Diamond glove, softball glove. So that went out for $12. But we'll see about adding that to the video later today before I ship it out. All right, guys, we'll see you in a minute. Actually didn't realize the video had got as long as it had, that we were already 15 minutes in. So for me, I know how my time goes. I don't sit and watch that long YouTube. About a 10-minute video is about where I'm at, unless it's real interesting. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you next time around. If you are new to the channel, which most of you are, please like and subscribe. Anything you do with that helps kind of know that I'm headed in the right direction, and I am looking to improve our content constantly. So thank you guys for watching. If you're a reseller, good luck out there reselling. If you're here hanging out, we appreciate you hanging out, and continue to watch the videos. And if you have any suggestions or comments, please feel free to drop them below. And you can also find me on Instagram as well. So you guys have a great day.